Explaining the bro code, men's most guarded secret.
What are we talking about today? The bro code. What are the specifics of it? What are we really talking about? But before we get into that, I'd like to thank the sponsor for today's lecture. There are many instances throughout history. Many times languages come and go, much like technology. The pyramids. How did they build the pyramids? Perhaps they had much more advanced technology than we were led to believe, and that those technologies were lost. And much is the case with the bro code. Very simply put,
I'm not really going to compare the bro code to how they built the ancient pyramids.
To be followed among men, or more specifically among members of the bro subculture. Before we get into the specifics of the bro code, it's time for a pop quiz. What we have here is a diagram.
Oh, not the urinal question.
Of 3 urinals side by side. And in this situation, we have urinal A, urinal B, and urinal C. Let's say that you are in need of alleviating yourself with fluids. You need to take a piss. You enter the bathroom and there is a man at urinal A, another man occupying urinal C. The question I want to ask you is, so you walk in, you need to take a piss, and you have 3 options here. To this question, do you A, wait for one of these men to leave and take their spot? B, take the middle urinal, urinal B, in between the 2 men? Or C, piss yourself where you're standing?
Piss yourself. Now you wait. In this scenario, you wait. You should have added a question here. If you walk into a bathroom with 3 urinals, which urinal do you take? You're only allowed to take A or C. If you're alone in a bathroom and you take urinal B, you're an asshole, right? Because then if somebody else walks in while you're taking a piss, they are forced to wait, right? You're required to you have to leave a urinal gap between people, right? But it also varies, am I wrong, in the type of urinal and whether or not there are walls, right? If you're at a urinal and it's just an open urinal, just 3 urinals stuck to the wall, you're going AC and you're never deviating from that, right? But if there's walls, you're still going AC, but it's no longer wrong to go B, depending on the height of the wall, right? A lot of urinal walls will only be about here, right? And at that point, if I really wanted to, I could look at the guy's dick to my right, right? I would never do that, right? But that's the fear of other men, right? Is that somebody's going to stare at your dick, right? Which is weird. So you need a higher wall to ensure yourself that nobody's going to look over, right? So if there's a high wall, you could fill all 3. You're still going to go AC first. But if there's a floor to like 6-foot wall, which like I've seen at some like airports, I'd go B, no problem. But if there's no wall at all or a small wall, I'd wait.
Standing. This is a little subversive, but I'll explain to you why that the answer is to take one of these men's spots and not to go into the middle urinal. I would expect most people to say that I will be taking urinal B as an act of dominance, to assert myself. I'm confident in myself. I do not feel the need to shy away from the gazes of A.
If I really gotta go, though, I'll go in the middle. If I'm at an airport and I'm about to miss my flight, I'll break the bro code. I'll go in B. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm about to hug that motherfucker. If you got to go middle, if you're middle urinal, you're like, if this is the urinal, you're like this. Your whole body is against that fucking thing. I just fucked up my fridge. You go against it, and then you're good.
That it's not about you. It's not that I feel comfortable pissing in the middle stall, but it's about looking out for our fellow man. I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. And that is actually the true...
it's also broke, right? Or if you're having a conversation with a guy while you're taking a piss, you don't look at them in the eyes. You're not just like staring at each other.
Act of dominance, because what is more dominant, what is more alpha than being a leader and looking out for one another?
Yo, the girls in the chat right now are probably so confused. All 10 women in this chat right now.
That is a good point you bring up, that there are in fact dividers. Let me ask you this. Haven't you noticed that when you go to these public restrooms, sometimes these dividers are just a little too short?
And then you're pissing next to a really tall guy. Ooh, that's where you start sweating. Some dude that comes up, you're taking a piss, all the urinals are packed. There's a smaller divide. Some dude that's like 6'6" walks up to the urinal. You're like, because you know he can look over the star. You know he can see you, right? If he wants to.
It's like they were purposefully designed that way by some kinky fucking, just enough for you to get a little bit of a...
Yeah! I've seen that before. You ever have somebody do that shit? Where they zip, I'm taking a piss, I'm staring straight down. I see the guy zip his pants and go like this. Like, I know he just stared at my dick. Like, I know he did, right? Like, what the fuck? What are you turning like that, looking downward?
Completely hidden behind the divider, your balls would have to touch the wall of the urinal. It's a little suspicious. I really do have to question the intent of the urinal divider designer.
I was trying to see what other people are packing at the bathroom stalls.
Like they want you to just be just like you ever watch, what is that old Tim Allen Home Improvement? What's it called? You know the neighbor? It's like that kind of. What are you peeking at? This pop quiz was an introduction to the bro code. The first rule of my bro code: no middle urinal users. We're just gonna move quickly over this next point. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Come on, don't be that guy. We all know that guy. You know that guy. We all have that guy. You're gonna be that guy right now, right here. There's other people here, man. Rule number 3 of the bro code, moving on, is in regards to JO crystals. What is a JO crystal? Well, I guess the rule, you might say, is that every bro that is a member of the bro code, who is a follower of the bro code, must be given a JO crystal and must appropriately use and be informed of their JO crystal. A JO crystal is usually worn as a necklace. You can see the crystal right here at the end. When worn by adjacent bros, these JO crystals contain an essence that can be recharged by what? JOing, or jacking off. By
What?
By jacking it next to one another, you can charge these crystals up, and these crystals, you might ask, like, what is the purpose? Well, the JO crystals can give confidence at work, home, or in other social settings. JO crystals. Number 4 in the bro code will be to serve the Lord. There's a very misunderstood trait of many bros out there. And what are we talking about? And what I'm talking about is people, women, misunderstand when a guy punches their wall.
Yo, I feel like, no, that's actually relatable with guy. You ever punch your wall? Oh my God, I'll punch the fuck out of my door if I'm mad. Dude, I remember there was one time I had a physics assignment and you had 10 tries per question and I got it wrong 9 times and I punched my wall as hard as I fucking could. I was like, I can't take this anymore. I can't take this anymore. The stress was building.
The wall punching, leaving often a hole in the wall. I don't know why I'm drawing it. I'm pretty sure you know what a hole looks like. You might be asking, how is that related to men punching holes in their wall? This is not deflection, this is the truth. Wall punching may be seen as a brutish display of toxicity, of anger, by some, but the secret actually here, boys are actually equipped with a sort of sixth sense, ghost vision. As servants of the Lord,
It is risky to punch your wall, right? Because every 6 feet there's a board. I punch my door because I don't want to punch a hole in my wall. But if you punch your wall, there's like a 1 in 5 chance that you're gonna break your hand, right? Because if you don't hit drywall and you hit wood, your fucking hand is done.
men are tasked with ridding the world of these evil spirits that often they're crawling on the walls. Have you seen Hereditary? When the mom is like this and she's like climbing on the walls, and you know, women, girls, you can't see it, but that's what we're trying to get them.
Do women punch walls? Yo, for the women in my chat, have you ever gotten so mad that you like punch your door? I feel like that's mainly a dude thing, but I also think that's because guys generally get more mad, just genetically. But I would still assume women punch walls.
We pretend to be angry in order to hide the truth of our order, of our mission to serve the Lord. Our fists are lined with holy energy, charged by the JO crystal. You can see how it's related. Our fists are lined with the holy energy, burning spirit. That's about it for the bro code section of this lecture. We're going to be talking about the stages of brodom right now. Stage 1. You're out somewhere, right? You go to the local, whatever. What do bros do? Go to a bar. You're in. Hey, I saw you had a My Hero Academia patch on your backpack. That's pretty cool. I like anime too. And then you're like, oh yeah. You meet and you become what? Acquaintance. Number 2 is, what's up, dude? Yo, what's up, dude? You walk up and you give him the good old, what's this? It's not. It's
dap up.
We're beyond high five. It's more than a handshake. It's like a handshake, you know, kind of like, yo, what's up, dude? Number 3 is just, yo, enthusiasm.
Yeah, you don't really handshake guy acquaintances. Level 2, level 3, you give a good a greeting and a goodbye, right? If I see my friends, like if I go hang out with a group of 6 of my friends, when I pull up, I dap every one of them up. And when I leave, I do the same, right? You got to have a greeting and a goodbye. You can't just be like, oh, hey. You got to like individually welcome each person.
Just, yo, enthusiasm has gone down markedly. This might be counterintuitive, but I believe that the more you know someone, the less enthused the initial greeting is. Every time you see a new friend, it's very like, yo, what's up, dude? You know, dap them up. 3 is true friendship. At this point, you're very comfortable with one another. You don't need to play it up, right? And, you know, let's not mistake it. It's not because you're bored of each other, right? This isn't some listless marriage that's gone for years and you just, you know.
Level 4 is ripping ass in front of them. Maybe level 3. A true friend, you could just lean over and just fucking rip it, right? I'd say that's a true bro.
Best friends, when you see each other, you don't shake each other's hands. You don't go, what's up, man? That's weird. Those are for the people that aren't like, they're your friends, yes. They're definitely your friends, but they're not like really your friends because you.
Dude, I'm gonna disagree with him. I'm gonna say true friendship is more physical contact. I'll have friends that'll hug me from behind. And you ain't, like, straight up. It's not many, right? But I'll have a friend that'll go like this. It's sus. It's sus. I don't care, though. And I'll be like, get off of me. But deep down, I'm like, this is funny.
Really, your friends? You don't go, yo, what's up? That's weird. You just go, yo, right? You don't shake the hand. You don't dap them up. It's just like, yo, what's going on? What are we doing today? 4, this is where you could sit in silence and have it not be awkward. 5 is when you're charging the JO crystals.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's bringing the fucking JO crystal back.
To each other. We're going to talk about the concept bros before.
Now, I got to ask a question. You sleep over your friend's house. Are you sleeping in the bed with them? I know friend groups that do that, and I know that won't. I would not, right? unless it's a big bed, right? I'd rather take the couch, right? Same thing with it's not even it's not because they're a dude. It's just like if you're not my significant other, I don't want to be in the same bed as you, right? Like if it's not Brooke, I don't want to sleep a foot away from you, right? It just bothers me.
Bro code has included the need to hold fellow men artificially somehow above romantic interests and, historically speaking, women, namely women. But in recent times, with the advent of new technology, such as femboys, might I suggest that instead of bros before hoes, in my interpretation of the bro code, the bros are the hoes. We're killing two birds with one stone. Really, it's just a matter of, listen, men, men, guys, am I right? We're talking about efficiency. We're only worried about the numbers, okay? We're efficient, we're optimal. We need to keep things going. We need to keep the tribe fed. You know, we're not worried about emotions, okay? We need to get things done. Homoeroticism. A motto between bros is what? It's not gay if the balls don't touch. Why?
It's not gay if the balls don't touch.
What's at the core here? What are we talking about exactly? Hypothetical situation here. Is it gayer to kiss a man than it is to penetrate him? And I would say,
what? Which having sex with somebody would be the last form of sexual contact. He's going to say that it's not like that.
yes. Why? And we'll get around to how that connects here in a second. But in this hypothetical, let's just say penetration is an act of dominance. A man's hole is not meant to be bred.
Well, both are homosexual, right? If you're kissing other men in a sexual, not like a friend kiss, you know how like girls will give each other kisses and shit, and it's like it's like a platonic thing that they'll do with their friend or some shit. With guys though, I think it's just a social thing, really. With guys, it's not the fact that it's perceived as gay that makes it wrong, right? Because nothing's wrong with being gay. But it's more so just a social thing of like, unless you're sexually attracted to them, why would you kiss them?
Making it the ultimate display of heterosexuality.
He's trying to say if you have sex with, if you're the one that's penetrating, that's not gay. That's like the biggest determining, that's like the biggest closeted thing. To try and say like, if you're the one that's doing it, that's not gay. Like, no, it still is. You're not welcoming the fact that you're homosexual. I'm on top. What?
One of the homies. But to passionately kiss a man is markedly more gay, in my opinion. Why? It is a more engaged and more involved act of romanticism. When it comes to, when it comes to fapping, I could fap to literally anything. Sometimes it's not even a sexual thing. I could just. But the intimacy of a deep kiss, much more weight, many more consequences than just penetration. For example, let's just say you wake up, right? You're in college or something. Those frat parties, man, get pretty wild. You wake up, your homie's there, and you're like, oh, what happened last night? And you remember, whoopsie, maybe a little bit of penetration occurred, whoopsie, but you know what? LOL XD. It's all good, bro. And that's how it would be. You look at each other and you go, wah, wah, laugh track.
That's what you say. What? You wake up from being so drunk and you barely remember having sex with your friend, and the first thing you say, you roll over, you're both facing the other way, you roll over and face each other and go, wah, wah, and then move on.
Whatever. But if you compare that with the scenario, stare into each other's eyes. Feel the breath graze each other's skin as your eyelashes dance against each other's sun-kissed skin. You know, that's just way more gay.
Wow. Yo, should we watch more of his videos later? Dude, that guy is fucking hilarious. Professor Lando. Oh my god. Oh, that was fucking hilarious, dude.